even notice. Wish there was something I could learn for you. Wish there was something I could take from you. Take a little pain away, so I take a little pain away, and I take a little pain away. Where you gonna go to? I'm not coming back. Who you gonna call when I'm not coming back? What you gonna do when I'm not coming back? Not coming back. Where you gonna go to? I'm not coming back. Who you gonna call when I'm not coming back? What you gonna do when I'm not coming back? Not coming back. Remember when I told you I'd be here when you're falling? I never said it's only the only time to call me. Wish there was something I could learn for you. Wish there was something I could take from you. Like a little pain away, so I take a little pain away, and I take a little pain away. Where you gonna go to? I'm not coming back. Who you gonna call when I'm not coming back? What you gonna do when I'm not coming back? Not coming back. Where you gonna go to? I'm not coming back. Who you gonna call when I'm not coming back? What you gonna do when I'm not coming back? Not coming back. And I don't wanna leave you all alone. I just wanna see you on your own. You'll be fine, 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 it'll be alright. You'll be fine, 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 it'll be alright. Where you gonna go to? I'm not coming back. Who you gonna call when I'm not coming back? What you gonna do when I'm not coming back? Not coming back. I bet you didn't even notice that. I bet you didn't even notice that.
Meg, welcome to The Right Note.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. The first song we heard you play then, I'm Not Coming Back. What can you tell me about writing that song?
This is a song, I feel like everyone kind of has that friend that is only, well, they only call you when they need something, and then they're never kind of there when you need them. And that's what I wrote that song about.
And will this friend find out that the song is about them, do you think?
Probably not. I don't know.
All right, so you don't keep in close contact with them or anything?
I don't know. It's just like, I'm just going to keep it as a general friend idea.
All right, fair enough. And I think I read a quote from you where you said that last year you found yourself writing more prolifically than you ever had before. Yeah. What was happening in your life that spurred that on?
I think I had just finished the Low Blows tour, and that was my first album tour, was my first album. And then after that, I think I was just so excited. And after in between the breaks of the tour, in between the dates, I was like writing, and I just got really excited because I wanted to just make another album straight away.
Right. And did you find that your experiences touring then fed into what you were writing or influenced it?
Yeah, definitely. And seeing how people respond to your songs, it kind of makes you realise why you do what you do.
Okay. And why do you do what you do?
I feel like I do what I do. It all makes sense to me when I get out on stage and when I see people's faces and when I'm singing, and it all makes sense to me.
Okay.
Other times I can get confused and wonder what I'm doing, but when I'm in that moment, it all makes sense to me.
Right, because it's funny, because a lot of people would find that quite confronting, being on a stage in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you actually feel really comfortable there.
I feel more comfortable there than I would maybe with cameras and like interviews and stuff. But I feel,
right.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's a safe place for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of those songs you were writing are now going to be collected on a mini album called Hope.
Yes.
Why a mini album as opposed to saving them for a full length?
I guess just that's where I was at, and I wanted to just put it out. Like, I wanted to put these songs out straight away and get started on the next thing.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was kind of like where that project ended. And I was like, if I put that out, then I can put out my new songs, which I'm working on now.
Okay. And the title, Hope, when I saw you play on the weekend, you mentioned that song, even though it has quite a hopeful title, it's actually written from quite a dark place.
Yeah. So the album's called Hope, and there's a song on the album called Hope. And it's a song, it's called Hope, but it's kind of about the dark side of hope and kind of like the curse that hope can have on someone's life.
Okay.
And living in kind of desperation and living your life in hope. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And I presume this is all taken from personal experience?
Yeah, and when I was writing Hope specifically, I had put this book on my piano, and on the front cover was this portrait of a woman. It was like this painted portrait, and she looked really sad and like defeated, but there was hope there as well. And the whole time I was writing this song, I was playing piano and singing, and I had that image up, and I just kept looking at this woman. And so I guess in my head, I think I'm writing it about her, but it's probably somehow about me.
Right, okay. And sonically, the mini album seems perhaps a little darker than Low Blows, and there's even some more sort of electronic kind of influences in there.
Yeah.
Is this sort of like, by doing a mini album, is that sort of a stepping stone to where you think you will take your music on the next record?
Like, I'm not too sure where the next project is going to go, but I had heaps of fun making Hope because it has... I brought in these dark things, and I worked with producer Miles, and he was bringing these sounds that I hadn't had before. But then I also had like songs with one take on them, like the If You Want Me to Stay stuff was done in one take, and then that had heaps of guitar put on it, which I hadn't really had that much of before. And just felt like each song has kind of heaps of different sounds and production ideas that I haven't really used before.
Right. And am I right in thinking that some of your vocals were actually recorded in Miles' bedroom?
Yeah, actually most of them.
Really?
Yeah, because we found I would always record just like sitting like this and having a mic set up, or I'm just holding a mic, and we'd sing just the guide vocal or the demo. And then you always think, oh, we'll do the proper one later. But then it actually sounds good, or it ends up being better than when you go to do it properly.
Is that just because you think you're more relaxed in that space, or it's just the idea of the magic of doing it the first time?
Yeah, I think there's something about it. And even when I find the voice memos on my phone of when I've first written a song, like even all the songs I've put out now, like I'll listen to like Roll Up Your Sleeves or something, and I hear the original demo and I'm like, oh, there was something in that I wish I could have brought to the recording. It's something about, or maybe it's just that you could never use it because it's just on your phone, so you can't use it.
You're going to have to save all that for the box set down the road, 20 years' time.
Yeah, my hard drive is a mess full of unlabelled voice memos.
Right. Yeah. And the first single from the mini album, Give Me My Name Back, elicited a really strong response. I think I've seen you talking about you receiving lots of personal messages through social media. What kind of messages were you receiving?
So when I put out the song, I had come out and kind of explained a little bit about what inspired the song and why I wrote it. And the messages were people kind of responding to that, but giving me their personal story. So I'd said it's about, people who've lost part of their identity or had something important from them taken. And I talked about like physical and mental abuse, like relationships, the LGBT community, and the messages I was receiving were like really personal stories about people coming out to their family, or people that had just gotten out of an abusive relationship. People literally who were going through a divorce and like having to go back to their name. And I hadn't thought of that one such a literal meaning, but it was a big thing. And there were so many stories, and like some of them I would be like crying reading them because they were just so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with that information when you are reading that sort of stuff?
Well, at first I was just like a mess because I was just like, didn't kind of reading those, it's hard to read those stories because sometimes they're really painful and you can feel that pain, but then it's really powerful. And because I use music for myself to give me strength, and like that's how I can stand up and sing in front of heaps of people. That's what I use to give me to get my identity. And to know that maybe you could help someone want to get their name back. Or
So did that then change the way you thought about any songs you'd written since then, in terms of thinking, well, every song needs to have that kind of impact?
Well, it made me look back and kind of regret not talking as much about my songs. And a lot of my songs kind of have a similar message, but I've never spoken about it. Or there are a lot of songs I've released that have a meaning behind them that I haven't said. And I kind of wish I could go back and tell people what the songs were about. So on this tour, I'm telling more stories, and I'm kind of like giving little pieces of information about where I was at when I was writing it before I sing the song, and hopefully that can kind of help explain some of the songs.
Yeah. Well, the second song that we're going to hear from you, Something Tells Me, where were you at when you were writing that?
This is a song about kind of realising how many people have informed the decisions I've made in my life, and how much we do that. We just listen to people going, you should do this, you should do that, or whatever, like, and just wanting to shut that out and be like, what do I want? And how to make your own decisions and stop listening to everyone around you.
Right. And are you getting better at that, do you think?
I'm still working on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like all my songs are kind of about not wanting to be the shy, quiet person that stands in the background.
Right.
Step forward, stand up.
Okay.
Still working on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for standing up on the right note today and singing.
You.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
How could I ever let you make me believe that you know better? Well, I ain't gonna teach you how to let go, like no one has ever said no. Like no one has ever said no. Something tells me that you'll never been alone. Yeah, I wonder what you think about when everybody's gone. Something tells me that you won't pick up the phone. I've been trying to get along, but I'm better when you're gone. And I'm better when you're gone. And I'm better when you're gone. And something tells me that you're never fully grown up. Cause I'm better when you're gone. And now you got them wrapped around your finger, and I've given you all that I could give you. No, they couldn't teach you how to let go. Oh, no one has ever said no. Well, something tells me that you've never been alone. Yeah, I wonder what you think about when everybody's gone. Something tells me that you won't pick up the phone. I've been trying to get along, but I'm better when you're gone. And I'm better when you're gone. And I'm better when you're gone. And something tells me that you're never fully grown up. Cause I'm better when you're gone. And been around, now I'm back, and nothing's changed. But this is where I used to stand every day, just soaking up the shit you tell me. Just soaking up the shit you tell